Hi, in this video I'm going to do a past examination paper question on surds. So let's have a look at this question. So question 5 part A, write square root of 45 in the form a root 5 where a is an integer. So let's go back to the paper and pen. So for part A we have root 45. Now using one of our rules for surds, and if you're unaware of the rules, I have created a video on surds, and I'll provide a link to this video in the description below, which shows a few more examples of how this is done. But back to this problem, we can write root 45 using this rule for surds. So in particular, if you have root AB, that's the same as root A times root B. Now, generally speaking, in order to apply this rule, think of two numbers which when multiplied gives you 45, but in particular one of the numbers whereby if you calculate the root of that number you'll get a whole number. So what I'm trying to say is I have root 45, I'm going to write it as root 9 times root 5 because 9 times 5 gives me 45, but in particular root 9 gives me a whole number. So root 9 gives me a whole number of 3, which then gives me 3 root 5 overall. So this is the idea of part A. So part A is complete. Part B is we need to express 2 in a bracket 3 plus root 5 divided by 3 minus root 5. So we need to express that in the form of b plus c root 5, where b and c are integers. So let's go back to the paper and pen. Now, in order to do this, we need to rationalise. And if you're unfamiliar with the idea of rationalising or rationalising the denominator, I have created a video and I'll provide a link to this video in the description below. However, let me talk through the process. Now, in order to rationalise, the idea is we need to multiply the numerator and the denominator by what we call the conjugate of the denominator. By conjugate we mean all we do is reverse this sign over here in the middle. So this sign, which is minus, we reverse that to get the conjugate, so that sign becomes a plus. And therefore we multiply the numerator and the denominator by that term. So remember, we need to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of the denominator. To find the conjugate, all you do is reverse that center sign, so that minus reverses to a plus. Now I'm going to do side calculations to simplify this. So first let's multiply the bottom pair of brackets. So let's multiply 3 minus root 5 by 3 plus root 5. So 3 times the 3 is 9. 3 times plus root 5 is plus 3 root 5. Minus root 5 times 3 is minus 3 root 5. And minus root 5 times plus root 5 is minus 5. So remember, if you multiply root 5 by root 5, it's 5. Okay, in the same way, if you multiply root of a number multiplied by root of the same number, you're going to get the number. Let's continue. So the 3 root 5 and the minus root 5 you can cancel, and 9 minus the 5 gives you 4. So this is the outcome for when you multiply the brackets in the denominator. Let's continue with the side calculations. Let's multiply these two brackets. So let's not worry about the 2 for now. Let's multiply 3 plus root 5 by another 3 plus root 5. So 3 times the 3 is 9. 3 times the plus root 5 is plus 3 root 5. Root 5 times 3 is 3 root 5. And remember, root 5 times root 5 is 5. So if I continue with the calculations, 9 plus the 5, that is 14. 3 root 5 plus 3 root 5 is 6 root 5. So that is the answer for when you multiply these two brackets. So let's put this together in the main calculation. So we have 2, so 2 open a bracket. When I multiply these two terms, I have 14 plus 6 root 5, all divided by, when I multiplied the two brackets here in the denominator, we had an answer of 4. Now what I'm going to do is, let me cancel the 2 with the 4, so 2 goes into 4 twice, but also I can further factorise the numerator. So what I'm going to do is, let me factorise the numerator. Let me take a common factor of 2, and if I take a common factor of 2 from the numerator, I'm left with 7 plus 3 root 5, okay, in the bracket, divided by the 2 below. And then I can cancel this 2 on top with the 2 below to give me an overall answer of 7 plus 3 root 5. So that is the form that's required from this question, and that completes this part, part B. So that completes part B, and that also completes the question as a whole. So I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy the video, a like rating is very much appreciated. Do plenty of practice related problems, and I hope to see you again. Thank you.